Kevin Durant reacts to being traded from the Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets. Check this out. So it seems like Kevin Durant, is very much so embraced the whole trade. I mean, you got to think about it. Being traded from the Phoenix Suns, which had a horrible season. That whole experiment of going to the Phoenix Suns has just been a terrible situation. I mean, on paper, it looks like him and Devin Booker would have been a great tandem. They brought in the big three with Brad Beal and just never worked out, man. Never worked out. Bradley Beal didn't do it. Kevin Durant still averaging 27 points a game. That dude is money. He's a walking bucket. It was just a matter of him getting to a place that he wanted to get to. And so, you heard rumblings off season about him, trying to find the right place and that he wanted to leave and that, Houston's were working with him. So, Phoenix was working with him to find the right place. Man, 5 second-round picks. They also got Jalen Green, who's a stud. Dylan Brooks, who is a bully, to say the least, in terms of basketball practice. And they got the number 10 pick in this year's draft. So, man, that's a lot, for Phoenix. I don't know what Phoenix is going to do, honestly, with Book, who is an all-world talent. Bradley Beal, who has a no-trade clause, doesn't know, what's going to happen with him. So it just seems like Phoenix, at least got some pieces back. Man, I would have loved to have seen Kevin Durant in the New York Knicks, but that didn't happen. That not gonna go down. Seems like there was a lot more pieces. It was between Miami Heat and then also the Houston Rockets. So Houston has to be happy. They got to be feeling good about what's going on there. I think they're ready to rock and roll. At the end of the day, it's like basketball this off season is gonna be nice. We got the draft coming up. A couple days, we'll see what happens with the NBA draft with new guys coming in. Obviously, Cooper Flag is the big guy, so we'll be seeing how he manages to do what he does in Dallas. But man, I think there's going to be a lot more moves to be made. We still haven't heard from the New York Knicks in terms of our coach. What's going to happen there? Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? Hearing rumblings about Davis, hearing rumblings about Davis, hearing rumblings that maybe there's still a chance to get Jason Kidd. We don't know. We'll see. Interviews with Taylor Jenkins, formerly of the Memphis Grizzlies. So we'll see how that happens. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a good offseason. Shout out to the NBA champions, OKC Thunder. They came in and really, balled out. We knew they would, but man, Indiana, you guys played hard, pushed them to 7 games. Big shout out to Indiana Pacers. Of course, I'm a Knicks fan, but I found myself rooting for Indiana to really play tougher because I thought OKC was just going to run over them, and that was not the case. I feel so bad, for Halliburton. Halliburton is an all-world talent and really showed that he is not overrated at all. But when I saw him pop his calf or Achilles, whatever it is, it really just made me feel a certain type of way. Like, man, it's so bad for this kid. Because when he scores over 20 points, they put it down. And they usually get a dub. So really good effort, great season. I mean, anybody to watch this playoffs, watch this NBA season, you got to be happy with what you saw from the NBA this year. The NBA is in good hands. Young teams coming up. It's no longer just dominated by superstars. It's not the LeBron era. It's not the KD era. It's not even Kyrie Irving. It's not those guys. It's all new. You see SGA, MVP, all world, man. So, look, man, NBA is back. Here it is, Rap Sheet Hollywood, where hip-hop meets Hollywood, but we talking sports today, man. Getting y'all right, man. You know what it is. It's your boy, the incomparable Poop Diesel. And guess what? Peoples, we are